Hello guys, welcome. See, in this video we'll be discussing about the editorials of 13 September 2016. Okay, there are three editorials we'll be discussing here. Okay, the first editorial is there is a people's alternation. Second is Margarita Mirror. Third is about healthcare. Okay, all these three editorials we will see one by one. The first editorial is there is a people's alternation. Okay, this editorial is concerned with Kerala government's new initiative. Okay, the new government which has come in Kerala, they are promising the people's for the betterment of their programs through these strategies. Okay, let us see what is the Kerala's government strategy. Okay, two pro the strategy is there, two-pronged strategy. First thing they have told. Okay, let us see what is the two-pronged strategy. The first is long-term strategy and the second is short-term strategy. In long-term strategy, they will be talking about achieving comprehensive development of Kerala state. Whereas in the short-term strategy, they will be talking about the relief measures, what they are going to take for disadvantaged section of the society in Kerala. Okay, this is the short-term strategy. Okay, this long-term and short-term strategy are for a period of next 5 years. Okay, now let's go on to the comprehensive development. This was the long-term strategy. Let us go for this one, comprehensive development, long-term strategy. See, the government, the Kerala government has reconstituted KIIFB, that is Kerala Infrastructure Investment Fund Board. They have reconstituted this board. This board is mainly concerned with the infrastructure development as well as the capital investment. Okay, the Kerala government are also planning for construction of big roads under this scheme. Even bridges they are going to construct, many parks they are going to construct, IT, tourism. Okay, all these are the different sectors they are going to improve. Okay, for example, Kannur Airport. Okay, they are going to improve the Kannur Airport. Kochi Water Metro they are going to improve. Okay, also the protection of public sector units will be there. Okay, what is this public sectors unit? Okay, these public sector units were formed earlier to this government, but this government is committed to improve those sectors. And reopening of fertilizer and chemical Travancore Limited of urea plant is also a point in their strategy. Okay, these are about the comprehensive strategy. Now let us go for social sector, and just a minute. Now let us go for social security and social justice. Okay, what are the schemes they are going to do in this? Okay, see, in this they are going to increase the pension scheme for peoples. They are going to raise the minimum wages for workers under MGNREG scheme, that is Mahatma Gandhi rural scheme. It is MGNREG scheme. They are going to raise minimum wages, and they are going to give a comprehensive loan for weaver. Okay, that is known as loan weaver scheme. Weaver, WAIVER. For them they are going to give comprehensive loan. Also, they are going to reduce the infant death and maternity death. Okay, infant and maternity death. Okay, all these are comes under social security and social justice. And now let us talk about the clean through green concept of Kerala government. Okay, see, in this clean through green concept, the first goal is removal of waste from water bodies. The second goal is generation of power from solar energy. And the third one is implementation of Kerala Conservation of Paddy Land and Wetland Act. Okay, this act was formulated in 2008. They are going to implement that act. Okay, for Paddy Land and Wetland Act. Okay, then next they are going to undertake a massive housing campaign. Okay, for that they have given one name, that is, just a minute guys, for that they have given a name. The name of that housing campaign is life. See, the meaning of life is, it's an abbreviation. L means livelihood, I means inclusion, F means financial, E means empowerment. Livelihood, inclusion, financial, empowerment. Okay, these schemes they are going to undertake for housing campaign. Okay, at last let us go and discuss about progressive and secular society, how they are going to promote this. Okay, see, their proposed administrative reform commission. Okay, they have, in their own sense, they have proposed this administrative reform commission, so that some positive contribution towards the society will be there from the government side, including the bureaucracy. Okay, this is the promises they have made for the Kerala peoples, the Kerala government. Okay, this is about the first editorial. Now let us go and talk about the second editorial, what's content in that. Guys, what I recommend for you people is, while listening to the video, you just prepare your own small notes. Okay, otherwise you can also prepare the small mind maps through this video lecture. Okay, that's it. Don't go and see for ready-made mind maps and all. Just prepare your own simple mind maps. It will be useful for you in the future. Okay, the second editorial is Margarita Mirror. See, this Margarita Mirror, we are talking because this editorial is concerned with the non-aligned movement. Okay, see, everybody knows about non-aligned movement. The meaning of non-aligned movement is a country, a developing country should not be aligned towards any developed country. Okay, that is the meaning of non-aligned movement. For example, if we take India, Nehru's dream was that one. Jawaharlal Nehru's dream was that one, non-alignment movement. For him, India should not be something like developed countries should not take India for granted. Okay, because of their economic power, that should not happen. Okay, that is the meaning of non-aligned movement. All the developing countries group together in this non-aligned movement, and they form a group so that for economic independency they form this group. Okay, they don't want to lean towards United States, and they don't want to lean towards Russia, USSR. Okay, after the Cold War, the concept of this non-aligned movement has been reduced, and let us see what is the recent developments nowadays. Okay, see, this 17th summit of non-aligned movement will be held between September 13th. I'll write here. It will be held between, just a minute guys. It will be held between September 13 to 18. Okay, from today, September 13 to 18 in Margarita. It is in Valenzuela. That's the reason they have given the name as Margarita Mirror. Okay, it will be held in Margarita, Venezuela. See, India is going to take part, but what is the difference means PM is not going to attend this conference, that is summit. Instead of PM, our vice president will be attending this summit. Okay, India will not be represented by PM, whereas it is represented by vice president. Okay, see, this is the second time this is happening, where PM is not representing India at this NAM summit. Okay, the first period which this scenario happened was during 1979. Okay, the PM was Charan Singh. During Charan Singh period, Prime Minister did not attend the meeting. Okay, this is the second time. That's it about 17th summit. Now let us go to the various meetings which had happened right from 1956 till date. The various meetings, that is NAM summit, the various NAM summit which has took place from 1956 till date, will be going to discuss in this heading from Brijuni to Baku. Brijuni was the earliest meeting and Baku will be the latest meeting. Okay, that's the reason they have given that name. Let us first go and talk about the year 1956. I have mentioned here the year 1956. See, in 1956, Egypt, India and Yugoslavia, these are the three countries. You just note down: Egypt, India, Yugoslavia. These are the three countries which met at Brijuni, and they were concerned about these non-alignment activities. Okay, they met at Brijuni in 1956, three countries. After that, in 1961, I'll mention here, in 1961, Tito hosted the first NAM meeting. Tito, T-I-T-O, Tito hosted first NAM meeting in Belgrade, B-E-L-G-R-A-D-E, Belgrade. See, in this first NAM meeting which Tito hosted, 29 states gathered. Very big amount, 29 states gathered. That's it. And this NAM, that is non-alignment movement, announced the campaign against arms race, which it was very much trendy in developed countries. That's the reason they were against this arms race, as well as they were fond of alternative economic order. Alternative economic order they wanted. But what happened? Over past 60 years from now, the NAM has seen an erosion of its authority. Okay, its authority has been eroded. The third world debt crisis of 1980s. The third world means all developing countries grouped together is called as third world. The third world debt crisis of 1980 crushed the economic ambition of these NAM states. Okay, that was a major disadvantage. After that, by early 1990, several important powers of NAM began to back away. Okay, these all years were disadvantage. First was 1956 advantage, 1961 advantage. Just a minute, guys. 1961 advantage, and then in and then in 1980s it was disadvantage. Okay, and also in 1990s a major setback. Okay, these periods were disadvantage for NAM. It is continuing still today. That's it about the periods, guys. Now let us go on. What is the turmoil in Venezuela, which is hosting NAM this year, 13 to 18th? Okay, what is the turmoil in Venezuela? Okay, the meaning of this one is, what are the challenges which Venezuela is facing? Okay, there are major challenges it is facing, like major three challenges are there. The first challenge is declining oil prices, major challenge. Just a minute, guys. Declining oil prices. Second one, economic war. Third one, which Venezuela is facing. Third one, exchange rate distortion. Okay, all these are the challenges Venezuela is facing. Okay, there is a need for visionary leadership in Venezuela. This is very important. There is a need for visionary leadership in Venezuela. That's about the turmoil. Let's go for the conclusion of this article. See, it is not sufficient to point fingers at the West. One should not think that the norm is getting diluted just because of the West. They should not think that USA is diluting the norms and all. Okay, first we have to look into ourselves before pointing the fingers towards developed countries. Okay, in 1973, to point, member states laid down new international economic order. It is called as NIEO. Just a minute, guys. Okay, in 1973, these members of this NAM laid out one new internation economic order, that is known as new internation economic order. See, this economic order is a charter. It's a charter for different ways to manage political disagreements and trade across these states. Okay, it is a charter for different ways to manage political disagreement and trade across the state. But today this NIEO has been not much effective. That's the reason we want a new charter for this 21st century is very much needed. A new charter should emerge of visionary leadership. That's what we are looking for. Okay, this completes the editorial, the second editorial, guys. Now let us go on to the third article. The third article is about health, the healthcare systems in India. Okay, we should look into what are the problems facing by our healthcare systems. First thing is where this healthcare has been mentioned in our constitution. See, in our constitution, it has been mentioned in part 4 of the constitution and article 47. Okay, what this tells? Article 47 tells about the directive principle of state policy. See, the directive principle of state policy of article 47 tells about the raising of level of nutrition and standard of living of our citizens. Okay, it is the responsibility of the states to do this. Okay, after mentioning what is there in our constitution, let us see what is the link between healthcare systems and well-being of our citizens. There will be always a link between how the healthcare is designed in one country and how the well-being of citizen is ensured. Okay, that things keeping in mind, let us discuss in detail. Let us see what is the reason behind this deficit. Okay, reason behind the healthcare deficit in our country. The first reason is infrastructure. Definitely, India's healthcare infrastructure is largely inadequate for its vast population. Okay, to serve for vast population, our infrastructure is definitely inadequate. Around 80% of doctors and 75% of dispensaries serve only 28% of Indian population. This you should keep in mind. Okay, 80% of doctors, 75% of dispensary serve only 28% of Indian population. A big setback. The infrastructure should be developed. The first reason we have dealt with, and let us go for the second reason. The second reason is less spending. India accounts for 17% of the world population, whereas it is spending only 1% of the world total health expenditure. Okay, government is not spending too much on health expenditure. That's the setback, major setback. Second deficit. And the third reason for this failure is laws and regulations. The laws are very strict and regulations are very strict. That's the reason the required medicines are not getting into the market. Okay, the problems of government deficit and regulatory capture arise due to the laws and regulations, which impedes the normal development of this health sector. Laws and regulations are too complex, where the correct kind of material is it's not getting into the poorer section of the population. And the fourth reason for this deficit of health care is the lack of awareness and monitoring of diseases. Lack of awareness and monitoring of diseases, as well as the steps which are needed to eradicate them. Okay, these are the serious challenges of healthcare systems. Okay, many diseases are there, awareness is not there, monitoring is not done by the government. Okay, all these are the reasons. Now let us go and see what we can do. In conclusion, we will be seeing this. See, in conclusion, we can tell India requires an urgently integrated action plan. I will be mentioning here. India requires an integrated action plan is definitely needed on healthcare to make it universally accessible. Each and every person should get this, and affordable at the same time. Okay, if the rates are too high, how can poor get this one? Okay, so that we should be getting integrated approach where the poor even gets the benefit. See, to do this, we should see certain scenarios which happened in other countries. Okay, like China growth rate in China, that is the economic growth rate in China, was very good. Why it was very good? Because of their high investment in health and education. That's the reason their economy was very good. Even in Japan, their rapid economic growth took place after Meiji restoration. Meiji was there. After his restoration, rapid development took place in Japan. Okay, the same reason, because of higher spending on health and education. That country was highest spending on health and education. That's the reason their economy is also good. What should India do for this one? India should also go in the similar strategy, and they should spend more on healthcare so that our economy will improve definitely. Okay, all these things we have discussed are editorials of 13th September 2016, guys. Okay, one question I will be posting on this one so that you can write on your own. It will be an answer writing practice on current affairs. One question I will be posting on my blog. Just write and correct yourself. That's it. All the best for the examinations. I hope you have taken some notes and some mind maps you have prepared from this lecture. All the best, and keep visiting our blog regularly. I'll be uploading the videos daily. Okay, many more programs are coming. Keep in touch in our blog. You'll be greatly benefited. All the best. Bye.